Hello and welcome to this session of Body Positive. Today we're going to be using the vine to help us focus our meditation, mindfulness and embodiment. So get yourself comfortable, either sitting or standing, and take a breath to centre your scattered senses on this moment. Imagine a sunny, gently sloping hillside with fertile, well-drained soil, full of potential. The landowner surveys this spot and decides to make it his new vineyard, a place that will bring growth and bear fruit. The landowner, or Vinedresser as he's now become, prepares the soil by breaking it up, turning it over, removing any weeds and errant stones that would prevent the plants taking root. He selects each vine plant personally and places it tenderly in its place. Then he waters the vines, giving each the best chance to take root and grow. Each day he wanders along the rows of vines checking progress, making sure the sun and wind haven't dried out the soil and that each is free from infection and disease. He watches as the first shoots appear and trails them along the frames he has made. He patiently waits for the first flowers and pinches out any that are in excess. Too many flowers make small, puny bunches of grapes, which are sometimes sour. It is quality, not quantity, that he is seeking. The months pass, and when the grapes are ready, he harvests them at just the right time, enjoying and sharing the fruits of his labours and patience. But the work is not over if he wishes to enjoy his vineyard in future years. He checks the health of each vine, even with careful tending. Some will produce better fruits than others. He checks them and the soil around them. He prunes hard any diseased branches to remove the risk of further infection. He checks to see if there's any evidence of a root cause. He also prunes those that have produced good fruit. This is to prolong the years of their fruitfulness and ensure a greater harvest the following year. One vine is his special vine, the one from which he has taken the cuttings to form all the other vines. Once his vineyard were branches of this vine, their DNA forever connected. This vine has ancient origins. It epitomizes strength and goodness and rootedness. Its fruit is abundant, mature, and full of flavour. This is the vine through which he measures all the others. As the season of winter approaches, it is time for the vines to rest. Any growth will be minimal and unseen as their roots seek a slower pace and absorb their nutrients from the soil rather than from the sun. As you observe the seasons with the Vinedresser, which season do you most identify with? Are you in winter, a time of rest and restoration? It may appear cold and dark, but it's very necessary. Or maybe you feel like you're in spring, full of hope and expectancy. Maybe you identify with summer. You're beginning to see the results of the fruits of your labours. Or maybe it's autumn and there's a time for pruning and letting go. Let's use our mindfulness to think of the season of planting. What is the condition of the soil around your roots? Do you feel in need of nourishment? A bit of TLC fertiliser to stimulate your growth? Ask the Vinedresser to reveal anything in the soil of your life that needs dealing with. Perhaps, in a bit of embodiment, shake off your feet. Or shake your feet to shake off anything that's sticking to your roots that shouldn't be there. Maybe it's unkind words that have stuck to you, or about you. Maybe it's lies that you're not worthy or capable of something. Maybe you lack self-belief that your fruitfulness is not as good as others. These negative self-beliefs can stunt your growth. So shake them off and then choose to stand firm. Imagine placing your roots in the truth that you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That you have an amazing, unique identity and purpose. Or maybe what's come to mind is that you need to make some preparation for your growth. Maybe there's things that you know you need to do to take that next step forward. What comes to mind? How can you resolve to do this? Perhaps there's one thing that will help you take that step for growth. Maybe write it down or set a target date to complete it by. So that as the seasons pass, you too will see fruitfulness as a result of your growth. And what about growth? What areas are stretching you at the moment in your life? Maybe it's your work, maybe it's your relationships. What or who are you connected with? Are these good connections? Will they enhance your life or theirs? Or are they entanglements that prevent you from growing and stretching further? How would the Vinedresser treat these connections or entanglements? Is it best to leave them to grow together and deal with them at the time of pruning? Or can they be untangled and redirected? Join your fingers together to explore this sense of connection. How does it feel? Do you feel connected maybe, or entangled? Can you still move, or does it feel awkward and restrictive? Slowly untangle your fingers. Does that feel freer, or do you feel disconnected? Does it aid growth? Can you move and reach out for something better? Or do you need to stay connected but at a different distance? Or perhaps you still need these connections. They are mutually supportive. The season of fruitfulness brings joy and pleasure. Where in your life have you seen fruit recently? Things that bring you joy. Maybe it's in less obvious ways. Maybe your fruitfulness is more easily measured in things that bring you peace or love and kindness. Maybe you've actually seen fruitfulness in some challenging situations, and the fruit that is born is peace and patience and perseverance and trust. Imagine the taste of these fruits. Something to be absorbed into your body, your soul, and your spirit. The flavours may be different depending on whether it's love or joy or patience or perseverance that is your fruit. Much as grapes can have differing flavours at different parts of the mouth, some sweet. Now for the season of pruning and winter. Pruning is necessary both for very fruitful and less fruitful branches. It is necessary to enable the vine to rest and restore. What does it feel like to cut back? Do you sometimes feel like you keep going and going and going until your fruitfulness has lost its joy or abundance? Do you resist being cut back for fear of stopping, for fear of being unfruitful for the rest of your life? Place your arms out. Imagine them being pruned, being drawn back to your core. Maybe it feels a little uncomfortable to begin with. Or maybe as you start to relax, your thoughts and your actions become less scattered. Your body less weary. Let's rest a moment, drawing into our core, our ancient DNA, our inheritance of strength, goodness, and rootedness. And let's bring ourselves back to the room. I hope you've enjoyed exploring this theme of the vine for this session of Body Positive, and I hope to see you again soon. Please do feel free to leave any comments. Thank you.